So this day I tried low bar for the very first time. Um, and so this moving forward will be my primary squat day. I've just been dilly dallying around, you know, program hopping a little bit, just kind of doing whatever I feel like. Not too much, I still have quite a bit of structure, but personally for me, it's just been a little random. So I will kind of tighten that down. I did write down a program for myself, and we will stick to that. So, and particularly for squats, I am going to work up to, a comfortable single, so not anything too crazy, and then just do back down with doubles. And taking a little bit of an approach from Matt Venna. I have a big history of, just getting injured in general on the big three. So I think that a more submax, just really skill practice and a motor learning approach to the larger movements would probably work well for me. So we're going to try that out, and we're really just going to hammer down the accessories. And so we'll see how this progresses. Low bar felt pretty great, if I'm being honest. It's kind of a hack. Everything felt pretty easy. I didn't work up to anything super heavy, and these are just doubles, but the bar felt pretty comfortable on the back. I think that you really do just have to get used to the bar being, on your rear delt rather than just resting on top of your trap. But in terms of stability and, unracking, the weight felt weightless. So, and then we did some type of hinge movement. I think I will stick to this RDL type of machine. I was doing good mornings on the V squat, but I honestly did not like that. It was too much. With the traditional good morning, you felt the stretch a lot more. So, but with those machines, it just did not feel natural. And I honestly do not like the pads on my shoulder. Same thing as to why I don't enjoy hack squats too much. So I think I will stick with this. Try to pause at the bottom, be very explosive, not push it too much to failure. And then we moved on to the pendulum squats. And ideally, I would do the pendulum squats prior to, but the RDL thingy is in a different section of the gym, and then the pendulum squat is in a room called the Booty Club, I think. But it has all of the leg machines, all of the glute machines. Oh no, it's something about the glutes, I forget. But I basically finished my workout in here because all of the other machines that I need to use or I prefer to use is in this room. So like they have the Strive hamstring machines, which we'll see towards the end of this. This is one of the only pendulum squats. And then they have an adductor machine that reclines back. Basically all of the machines that I've used in prior videos. But the pendulum squats are feeling great. And I think I really have to tell myself to continue to pause them, right? I can't let my ego kind of get ahead of me. So I will try to stick to that, because I think overall it will be better for my tendon health. And then we continue to do these. These are progressing quite nicely. I just throw on the big boy plates next week, and we'll see how that goes. But in between each leg, I am resting a little bit. The split squat is one of those exercises, especially if you're having one leg back in a slightly stretched position. It does seem to affect the performance, at least for me. So whenever I've done Bulgarians before, if I go immediately one after one leg, I can definitely feel the fatigue. Just the immediate fatigue of that prior leg being worked. So these are quite great, and I think it's always important to have a unilateral movement. So I think that these will hopefully be a staple for a while, and hopefully I can get to some pretty heavy weights with these. Of course, that's the goal with kind of all of the exercises, right? Progressive overload. We're just trying to get as strong as possible on all of these movements, and hopefully too it translates over to the bigger lifts. But I will temper my expectations, because I'm telling myself to kind of lock in to this cut. I've lost 20 to 25 pounds since the beginning of the year. I feel a lot better, but I still don't. I'm still not where I want to be in terms of my physique, my body composition, right? So, and I have done all of this without tracking, and I've just been kind of lifting, but I've been in a maintenance phase for quite some time now. So I think it is kind of time to really start to restrict things, to push towards those lower body weights, and kind of really see what my body is capable of. I do like my body composition right now, but I say that, and I think the second that I start to get even leaner, I will tell myself that I like my body composition even better then, right? The leaner and leaner you get, the more you look like your body generally. So I think that I will really try to push for that, and we'll kind of see where we can push it, and kind of see where the lifts maintain, and maybe even increase if possible. I'm not a relatively strong person, so I think that I can still gain some strength, especially if I can control some of my outside variables. So we'll try to do that, and we're really kind of pushing our bodies, and kind of taking this thing a little bit more seriously. And you guys can kind of stay along for the journey. But I finished out the workout with those hamstring curls, and then we did a little bit of leg extension. Did do a little bit of calves after this and some abs, but didn't really record those. So I'll catch you guys on the next one. And if there's any topics you would like me to talk about, drop a comment below. Let me know how I'm doing. See you guys on the next one. Peace out.